Hey, everybody. Excuse me. I have a quick follow-up on the information literacy quiz. And I wanted to quickly demonstrate again finding and using library resources, specifically where to locate the real closest available APA citation. You really should be doing most of your research using library sources for all of your courses in college. It's going to become especially important the further you go within your major. So it is really a life skill that you need to learn now. So I'm going to share the screen, and I've got the library page already open. This is the main library screen. So if you go to the library via current students, or I just have this saved on my computer because I use it so much. You can also type in lssc.edu/library and come directly to this page. Then you're going to click on the libraries button. Now, I've shown you this before because the Citation Center, of course, is where you go to locate how to cite sources and all of that good stuff. All of the APA templates that we have available and that sort of thing are located in the Citation Center. But on the main library page here is where you search for sources. And so if we use the Primo search, we are essentially searching everything that the library owns, including books, including ebooks, including articles in periodicals. It's searching all of the library databases. So there's a lot of stuff there. I personally prefer to search for things separately, and I also prefer to go straight to databases and choose a database to use because I like to know what I'm getting in advance. But I'm going to use the Primo search. We used COVID-19 for the sample in the quiz. So I'm just going to pick something. Let's do personalization of online classes. It's just a topic that we can do. So when you search for things in the library, you're going to find a huge array of things, and I'm going to sign in so that everything is showing that needs to be. You will have to sign in order to use library sources. That is part of what we pay for, part of what your tuition dollars pay for. So make sure that you are able to sign in. If you have trouble signing in, make sure you contact the library. You may or may not have noticed, but all the contact information is also on the main page, including speaking directly to individual libraries and librarians. You also have the Ask Us button, which you can use to get some direct help. And of course, I'm going to have to do a security check. I currently work at Valencia, as most of you know, and I teach for Valencia, Lake Sumter, and a school in Connecticut. And every single time I do anything, I have to get my phone out so that I can log in. Oh, it's about to drive me crazy. But anyway, so when you do a search in the library, you're going to find articles and books and videos primarily. And if we just did that search very quickly, you notice that we have an article, a book, an article, and a book. Towards the top, there's another book, there's an article, and some of the articles have the peer-reviewed, all of the articles towards the top have the peer-reviewed symbol, which means that would be from an academic source. The books, of course, don't have that same designation. This book isn't even in English, so I don't think it doesn't. Well, the title might be. Anyway, when we are finding the citation for any article or book, we need to actually open it in order to get to the citation. So I'm going to use this one just because I am highlighting it right now. What you don't want to do is try to click on this button. This is not going to give you the proper APA citation. You need to actually open it. So I'm going to close, I'm just going to choose one. There are several that have this article in full text. So I'm just going to click on the first one. Gale sometimes does some weird things with the citation, but it is always located at the bottom of the page. Sometimes we have to scroll down to get it. Remember, of course, that we want the APA citation. There are others. The default is MLA. We're not using MLA in this class. We're using APA. So we would need to click on the APA and we would copy this and paste it into our document. Now, this is where I was saying we need to still know kind of what we're doing, because we are only supposed to use a URL in APA citations if it has the DOI part in the beginning of it. This does not. So I would highlight only this part of the citation, and that's what I would use in my document. If you do use the rest of it, I mean, I'm going to tell you it's wrong. I may not, you're not going to lose 1,000 points or anything for it, but you do want to do it correctly. So you want to keep that in mind. Notice above this on their bibliography, the ones that have a URL, it specifically says DOI in the front of it. And this one doesn't have it because it's not a DOI. Same thing with this one. So the article that Gale is providing for us here has the correct format, but they do not have the correct format themselves. It's run by humans. They're not perfect. I believe that if we had accessed this in EBSCOhost in the academic search complete, we'll take a look. And the citation button is over here. Oh, that's not what I want. That's what I want. There it is. So the APA citation, yeah. So this one is correct and it has a DOI designation. I'm not saying you have to use EBSCOhost databases over Gale, but if they're both available, EBSCOhost is typically better at the citations. So you can use that information how you will. The same thing applies if we are looking at an ebook. If you want the correct citation, here's a book. We do not want this citation. We want to actually open it. And then you have the cite book right here. So this is the citation for this book. This is a collection of essays by other people, or my brain just lost it. Anthology. There we go. This is the APA citation. So we have to choose the right one. And this is what you would then put in your bibliographies. You would then use the editor's names with the year for the in-text citation. So check your feedback on the information literacy quiz. I did give you some feedback on individual questions. In some cases, you just didn't answer it fully. But so if you lost any points, there will be a note. And let me know if you have questions. You can always inbox me about that. All right. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you next week.